Right, to Riften. Well, there is Shorestone, and, let's go ahead and check the place out, eh? We also may be able to get some much-needed supplies there. Now, as a player, know that I'm pretty sure we can't buy food there, and also there will be something that Jakar um, will feel like he has to help out with once he gets there. But once he has done that, which is a little side quest, it doesn't take very long, he will hightail his way to Riften. Literally hightail, because he's got a tail. Well, maybe he won't hold his tail high, but, well, you know what I mean. He has a tail, so I decided to make a joke about it, and it sucked, because, well, I suck. Anyway. Wow, in combat, for some reason, my frame rate seems to drop to friggin' like 5 or something ridiculous like that. I don't know what it is, but combat situations make the game go, holy crap! I don't know why, but it does. They do seem to do so. Okay, I need to turn off the auto-loot. I think I turned off the auto-loot thing with convenient horses. Well, to be honest, it is convenient-ish, but it's annoying if in the middle of the combat that happens. There we go. That was a bit of delay. Right. I mean, wow, I can't believe that I literally forgot that we had a third person and thought that Jade had duplicated her horse somehow. I don't know what happened there. My brain just went pfft. Anyway, I'm gonna stop dwelling on how completely brain dead that little thing was, and continue and see what's going on here in Shorestone.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only.
Another courier.
Let's see here. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
I believe this is a pamphlet about one of the upcoming holidays with Wet and Cold Holidays, which, if you are unaware, is a mod that is an add-on to the Wet and Cold mod, which is a mod that adds weather effects and makes NPCs equip hoods and cloaks and stuff in the rain and all that sort of immersive stuff. And I don't know why exactly this person decided to make it an add-on for Wet and Cold. But apparently it uses some scripts and features of Wet and Cold to basically make some dynamic things happen in cities during the holidays, like there were in Daggerfall, which is kind of cool. And I'm in the wrong... See, I keep thinking that books are in miscellaneous because I've been playing a lot of Oblivion lately. Anyway, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm looking for something about... See, I know he gave me something. Suspicious Grayskin? I have not read that. Find the suspicious Dark Elf. All true sons of Skyrim. The guards don't listen to me. I've told them one of those Grayskins is up to something. I was heading out to the docks at night, sending signals to her friends Marwyn, no doubt, and Darkies are... Oh, God. So I found something from a racist asshole. Oh, yeah, that racist asshole in Windhelm, which... Has Jakar been to Windhelm? No, actually... I'm not sure. Yeah, he hasn't discovered Windhelm yet, so... He hasn't been to Windhelm and met Rolf Stonefist, also known as Rolf Racist Asshole. I hate that motherfucker. Right, okay. And by the way, yes, I tend to use very harsh language when I'm talking about people like that in games, because I get very invested in characters, and a lot of, like, my values and pet peeves in real life come out in my characters, especially the values against racism, sexism, that kind of thing. I mean, racist and sexist piss me off more than anything. Like, in games, like, a lot of times people that act like that in games I am automatically addicted to, because they are automatically just pulling some strings that should not be pulled. I mean, especially sexism, I feel like women should be treated with respect, and I know that's in the real world, they kind of still aren't, and they haven't, and they weren't in most cultures for most of human history, but... I just feel like they should be treated with a lot more respect than they're normally treated, especially in settings like this, and, You can kill people like that in these settings without a second thought, and I've done that kind of thing. It just grinds my gears in games like this. So I apologize if I get like noticeably pissed when talking to and about people like that. Anyway, enough of my ramblings about things that I am too passionate about in some people's eyes. But where the hell is? There it is. Right. Let's just say that he's just talking to the blacksmith. Maybe he wants a few more arrows.
Hope you haven't arrived here looking for work in the mine.
What happened to the mine?
It's full of spiders. That's what's wrong with it. Almost killed Grogmar and me when they showed up. I'm worried that they'll come out of the mine looking for food soon. Then we're in even bigger trouble.
That does not bode well. The town guards cannot help you?
They're as useless as a fifth wheel on a wagon. Gave me some sort of line about keeping an eye out for enemy soldiers.
Cowards.
What's the point in protecting this place if the mine's completely useless?
Well, I have a group of 4 able-bodied people here, including myself, and I believe we could clear them out for
Tell
you.
you what, keep to your word, and I'll line your pockets with as much as I can scrape out.
Alright, sounds like a deal. Alright, you 3. We're clearing out those spiders. We cannot let this town suffer financially and possibly in many other ways, simply because there are spiders in the lifeblood of the town. So let us kill the spiders of the mine and then be on our way to Riften, eh? Yeah, Jakar, you know, especially with 3 able-bodied warriors with him, he doesn't really know what Among the Hist can do. I believe he is a magic user of some sort, but we'll see him in action in a bit here. So. Hello, guardsman, or guardswoman.
Forming the Dawn Guard. Vampire hunters or something in the old fort near Riften. Might consider joining up myself.
Well, if you do, I may see you there, as I shall be joining them soon enough.
I'd.
Right. So, now that I remembered that my shift key, or my sneak key, is actually caps lock, I don't know what I brain farted about there. Oh, wow. I thought I had my crossbow equipped, but I actually had my sword equipped. Alright, let's just go in swords blazing like a mofo here. Yep, Among the Hist is certainly a magic user. And he seems pretty powerful. More down here, friends. CJ, you're a good shot, you know. He's going to try and use every opportunity he can to try and increase her confidence, although he doesn't really know if it's working at all. Ah, shit, I'm sorry. Sorry, Anamla. Always end up shooting Anamla somehow in every frickin' fight. It's annoying as hell. Alright, so we've cleared the spiders out. That was simple enough. Especially with 3 followers. Again, we will bring Jade back to Riften as, you know, we've already put her in enough danger. We should probably just bring her back and, you know, hopefully we've taught her that she's more competent than she thinks she is, so. Alright. So let's get our reward from Filnyar. I think that's the blacksmith's name, if I'm not mistaken. I may be wrong, but I know there's an Ord named Filnyar somewhere in this game. Anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna extract some frostbite poison, but I end up not using it anyway. But, yeah. Anyway. To Skyrim. All in a day's work, friends.
The Imperials simply need their laws.
Well, to be honest, Imperial law may require guards to help if there are spiders in the mine of a town, you fools, but anyway, I suppose you do not need their laws as you are surviving out here, but still.
Nasty little buggers, aren't they?
Yes, but they are all dead.
Every one of them? Why,
Mm-hmm.
that's incredible. Finally, we can reopen the mine and put Shore's stone back on the map. Here, please accept this gift as a token of our gratitude.
750 gold. That must be quite a lot of money for a small town like this. Are you sure that you want me to keep all of this coin? All right, thank you very much then. I think
Don't kid
Jakar just
yourself.
feels like getting the
Stone
heck back to
runs our
Riften.
blood.
He's hungry as hell, thirsty as hell. He has absolutely no water. Actually, he could. Can he take a drink from the stream? Is there a stream around here? I do not remember. But he's close-ish to town. But man, he's hungry and thirsty. But eating does quench your thirst a little bit with I need. I don't think that really happens with realistic needs and diseases. Another reason why I love this mod much more than realistic needs and diseases. Yeah, there we go. So white and yellow instead of red and red. Very good. Right. So there's my horse. All right, you three, saddle up. Let's get out of here. It's kind of odd that among the Hist's horse is very, very similar to Jade's. Or actually, no. Adam Law's, apparently. Okay. I thought that was Jade's that was the dapple gray thing. One.
At least I know that won't happen with you.
Why are you afraid you'll run into someone you know? You are very paranoid. You are much more confident than you believe you are, Jade. I do not understand your level of self-pity. I do not understand it at all. Anyway. I mean, Jakar brought her on this trip mostly because he felt sorry for how much she just despises herself, it would seem. And, he just didn't really want to, just leave her there without doing something about it, so he brought her on this trip, fought alongside her, and tried to instill some modicum of self-worth in her by, you know, she obviously has some pretty good skills. She helped kill a dragon, you know, she was a pretty good shot in the mine, you know, I mean, she's definitely good with a bow at the very least, she definitely seems to have some sort of small optimist side to her thinking from some of the comments she's said, but, you know, I don't know, I don't really think Jakar thinks he's helped her all that much, but, you know, he feels like this little trip, at the very least, has made her realize that, you know, a stranger, you know, could care about her. You know, I don't know. I'm pulling at straws here, but basically I feel like Jakar thinks that, you know, if she thought about this trip, you know, when she gets back to the Temple of Mara and she has some free time, that she might realize that on that trip she did more good than she ever thought she could. I hope that's what she realizes. I mean, obviously her character is not going to change because of this in-game. It'd be amazing if this game if you know, that feature was a thing, but I really don't think that's possible with the game engine, and it's just kind of something of my own design that I'm saying might change her for the better. I hope she stops moving around so much, because that doesn't help anything. Believe me, I know. I think like that all the time myself. But in these games, like when I'm role-playing characters, I just tend to not think that way. It's really odd. I tend to think a lot more positively when I'm role-playing as Jakar, at least, because Jakar is quite a bit more positive of a person than I am, for darn sure. Alright, Jade, I shall take you back to the Temple of Mara, and then, I believe I shall bid you farewell. You helped quite a bit on our journey, even though you probably do not think you did, but, you helped quite a bit. Hello, sir, are you in need of coin?
If it's a mercenary you're looking for,
Oh.
you found him. There's no stronger sword on for hire in all Skyrim.
That's very odd. He's apparently a very poor mercenary. Well, I'm sorry, but I do not think I am in need of your services at the moment.
Best not to walk the roads of Skyrim alone.
I am not doing so. Do you not see? The entourage I have behind me said. Right, so, I never thought Jakar would be traveling with two Argonians for a while, but he doesn't really have anything all that against Argonians, at least anymore. I think he did have at least a little bit of such a thing back in Anvil. But, you know, I feel like, you know, first of all, the hatred between Khajiit and Argonians is probably more in Khajiit culture than anything else, just sort of the values and stories and, you know, all sorts of things that Khajiit, you know, parents told their children, and, well, Jakar doesn't know what it's like to have Khajiit parents, so it kind of makes sense that he doesn't hate Argonians, although most Khajiit do. Right, so, what am I looking for? Oh yes, I'm looking for Jade to say
but
that,
I won't do crime, if that makes sense.
you know, first of all, let's see if we can exhaust her conversations about herself, and then we'll tell her to part ways with us.
My skills were well suited for the kinds of jobs the guild employs. The jobs themselves were ill-suited for me. At first, I thought I could leave the mark, a purse of gold. Yet, I quickly realized I couldn't afford all the things I was asked to steal. Even if I had the gold, many of these items held sentimental value. A lifetime of memories can't be replaced by a handful of scepters. But the hardest part by far was looking into the faces of my friends, knowing I had done them wrong, and ascribing someone else the blame.
You know what? Jakar is actually very impressed by her. He sees something in her that I don't think she would ever think anyone would see in her. What he sees is an extremely kind heart. I mean, he feels like... He originally thought that being a priest of Mara might not be her thing, but maybe she needs to keep trying because she obviously has a very kind heart from what she just said, and Jakar really feels like, you know, that kindness and that passion that is deep inside her, even behind all the gloom and, oh, woe is me, you know, that she displays. And I mean, he knows that she has great things ahead of her, and he hopes she realizes that soon, you know. So, you know, let's not be in front of a pole.
Better hope they come from
Let's not have a pole between us and Jade, and continue talking with her. When did you decide to quit the Thieves
One
Guild?
day Vex asked me to do a heist job at the Temple of Mara. She didn't tell me what it was I was stealing, just that it was valuable. That night, Denya and Marma were at the BM bar, preaching to the patrons. Riel was showing the temple to a young couple.
No one saw you enter, I
I
suppose?
stole away into the back, where the living quarters are, if you could call them that. These were not people of wealth. The items Vex wanted weren't even in a strongbox. She said they were on a dresser, placed next to a bouquet of flowers. They were wedding rings. When I realized that's what Vex wanted, my heart stopped. I couldn't do it. It seemed wrong, especially wrong.
Yes. From that statement, Jakar is 100% sure that Priestess of Mara probably is the right path for her. Or at least something else that, you know, is all about compassion like that. She has compassion. She just needs to realize that she needs to tap into that a lot more than her self-pity. And I think that's what Jakar thinks is, you know, mostly the cause of her woes, you know? So what did you do?
I threw off my hood, cursed Vex, and turned around. I was done with the guild. That's when my eyes met Denya's, standing there in the doorway. And she did what she always does, what I always needed but never got from my mother. She embraced me, and I knew then I'd found a home.
I see. Well, you certainly belong here. I definitely am very happy that I decided to bring you back here so soon, because you certainly belong here. Jade, I just want to say that you have great compassion in your heart. As a fellow devout worshipper of Mara, I can tell that this path is probably the right one for you. You just need to realize that your compassion needs to be the center of your life much more than your self-pity, alright? Well, anyway, it's time for us to part ways. I shall see you... Well, I may see you later.
It sometime. It always does.
I suppose it does, but that compassion in your heart shall never go away, I can tell. Goodbye, Jade. Wow, that was actually really, I got really into the roleplay there, and that was awesome in so many ways. Just checking. Wow, it's been over an hour, so I believe I am going to end the session here, guys. I really enjoyed this session, by the way. I got so into Jakar's character. There were lots of really spacey things that happened, and my mind had a lot of brain farts. But other than that, I feel like I really dug into Jakar's character, just like I felt when we had the fight with Myrmilnir at the Western Watchtower in Whiterun. Those were the 2 times I felt the most in tune with Jakar during this LP, and this is why I love role-playing. This is why I wanted to share my love for role-playing with you guys. So anyway, I shall end the session here, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode and this LP so far. I am sure enjoying Let's Playing it, and well, next time we come back, Jakar will have already, slept the night and sold things and eaten breakfast and everything, so we can dive right into Dawnguard, the next session. So I bid you guys farewell, and when we come back, Jakar will, well, as I said, go to the Dawnguard and see if he can make something of himself and really do something for Skyrim. So see you guys later.